opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the New York Giants and the Detroit Lions. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Off-play action. Here's Goff. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Throwing on second and long. Goff. That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play, but sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. On 1st and 10, Sherman. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Dancing away at the 35. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
Well, this defense for the Giants, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Lions had 3 and 8 on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Goff on first down. And that's out to the flat for Swift. He's got room at the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the play.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Goff now looking to throw. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Looking to throw on second down. Sherman. He's got the connection left side to Brown. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw on 3rd down. Sherman. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He's airing it out for Williams. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Lions have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Second and 5. Gets it to Brown, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They go play action here on 1st down. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. After the interception, here's Goff. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Kayvon Thibodeaux, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd.
Hey, lift! 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 Hey, 76! 76!
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
I'm seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well, because this defense has had no answer for the passing game here in the first half.
Ric Flair!
Now a play fake, and it's gone. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to have it here just past the 25. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
On the move past the 40. A big play there for the Giants. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point try good by Gano. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Giants 7.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd and 2, Goff. And Chark calls it in. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
5. Now you won.
Play action. It's gone. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Goff a handoff here to Swift. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
4 down. 12. Here we go. Set.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
Michael Badgley on for the field goal. A 61-yard attempt.
Badgley able to knock this one through. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And
now this is intercepted. My goodness. Shifts by him. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Oh, look at the juke. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown! Badgley on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, they'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
But no kneeling for them. They decided they weren't going to run out the clock. They decided to take their shot downfield, hoping to either make a connection or a pass interference call. They wanted more points to put on the board.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Off the play fake. Sherman. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Sherman. He's got a man. Complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
38 yards on the play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw again. They're going right back to Pittman. And he's going to get this down near the 25. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, trying to get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They'll look to throw again. Over the middle to Brown.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, they're certainly in a bad way right now. Not so bad that you can call this one over already, but bad enough that you know you can't toss an interception to open the second half. This just ratchets up the pressure on this team's defense right now.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And they had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get him.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Throwing on 3rd. Gone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. This is taken at the 15.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on the...
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. 74 yards.
And the Giants get a bit closer.
Gano the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14.
Lions 31, Giants 17.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he edges forward but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Real part, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. From the gun, here's Swift. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions. It nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Swift is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, when you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Fields the squib kick right around the 30. Touchdown, Giants! It's a kickoff return score on a squib kick. And the Giants are able to cut into that deficit. Gano for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Makes the score Lions 38, Giants 24.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. Now Goff on 1st down. Throws out left, it's caught by Williams. There he goes, left side. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Final minute now of the third quarter. Again, he'll drop to throw. That ball caught by Campbell. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Giants are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Giants 31.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
Second and 8. A play fake for Swift. Now Goff.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needed to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. 44-yard punt, return of 9.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
To throw on 2nd down, Sherman.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Looking to throw. Sherman. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
On third down, Sherman dancing to his left. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And he's got it inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Michael Pittman, 47 yards. And the Giants have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Gano the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Giants, 38.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim one. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
They run out of the gun with Swift. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants have got it back to within a score. Extra point try good by Gano. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Giants 45. Graham Gano.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
51 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also... And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
After the sack on 1st down, Goff. Well, that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Goff.
He's got this to Williams, complete. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds.
A big play there for Detroit. 44 yards. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
DeAndre Swift.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing 1 play, it keeps the entire offense rested up.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Sherman finding Pittman. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and 2. Sherman, it's caught on the right side, Brown. And he will have a Giants first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page, right?
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
But we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. Because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
76, help. 76. 76.
Goff going to throw it. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 41. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Sherman will get this out to Barkley, complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg it. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
That current formula is not working right now. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Back to throw. Sherman. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute.
Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency. Because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
And this will be covered up by the Lions, and that might just about seal the deal. Now, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one.